What's going on, everybody? This is Dylan with Dylan Talks Tone, and we have a kind of a special thing this week. I'm at Casino Guitars. We have stolen their spot where they normally make their videos, and we have a really cool dude here too. This is Carlos Lopez.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. If you're not familiar, he builds guitars. He's been building guitars for a very long time. But just recently, the guitars that he builds have changed. The name on the guitars have changed, and he's going to tell us a little bit about that story. And of course, he's going to tell us a little bit about that guitar. If you've noticed, it's a little longer this way than normal. So let's chat a little bit about these guitars, about his story, and yeah. So, how'd you start building guitars?
Well, it's kind of a weird journey. I went to MI in LA. It was like luthier school, and did 6 months of that. Just laid a good foundation for what I wanted to do, and I wasn't really. My journey wasn't, or my goal wasn't to be a master builder or a guitar builder. I really just wanted to learn enough so I could maybe be a tech, go on the road and see the world. That was my initial goal, but it kind of changed, the deeper I got into guitar building and working at Fender. So that's basically how it, that's I guess the beginning, the origins of, of what I'm doing now. And just meeting a lot of people, working with a lot of different artists, and just kind of honing my skills, year by year, and making a lot of mistakes, and just having fun with it. And just it kind of grew into a passion, and the passion grew into an obsession. So it's just, I'm still doing it. I love it, and truly blessed to do what I'm doing now with my family.
Yeah, awesome. So, I guess I'll say this part because I can say whatever I want. Mm-hmm. He was a master builder at Fender. He was there for 16 years, and his work is phenomenal. So I'll just say the things you won't say, and say even his Fender stuff. Go on Instagram, wherever, find it, check it out. Unbelievably talented fellow.
Thank you.
Yes, and so anytime a master builder leaves Fender and starts their own thing, you're like, ooh, I wonder what they're gonna do. And sometimes it's, are they just gonna make another Strat? Are they just gonna make another Tele? Are they gonna, S style or T style? Or, is it just gonna be a same old relic thing? And I want you to talk about the story of your first model, because this is not any of those things. This is something completely different, and you went out of the gate completely wacky, and I love it.
No, thanks.
So chat about why you did this.
Well,
what it is.
Well, it's a baritone guitar, and it's just, I guess my goal was just to have something that reminded people of the past. I guess subconsciously they see this guitar and it's familiar, but you look a little closer, it's completely different. And as a baritone, it's not something that's very popular or utilized enough, in my opinion. And the way that music is going, and the way that artists are playing, it's changing things, and it's changing the way that I think about guitar, and the evolution of everything that's going on now. I think I see it becoming more of a lead instrument now, and I guess my goal is, when people talk about the baritone guitar, I want my name to be included in that conversation. So it's something that I kind of just I'm excited about, and I hope people get excited about it and see the possibilities of what this thing could do, because it makes you play different. It's just the lower frequencies, it hits you, in a different spot, and it makes you play, differently, and there's songs in these guitars. You just got to pull them out. You hear that a lot, but it's true. I think more so for these guitars because it's not a typical guitar that you could pick up and start playing the blues on. You know what I mean? It's just like it's not that at all. And
Yes.
it's something that's gonna make you play different, think different, and even the tuning is different. So everything you have to change. So I want people to, when they think of what they're gonna do, I want this to surround the I guess their band, their music around this guitar. That's the goal. That's
very
my
cool.
hope.
And talk about some of the design elements and choices. Obviously, it's not a Strat shape. Obviously, it's not a Jazzmaster shape, but there are things there. What choices? How did you get to that with that shape?
I just, I have this thing where I guess the eye for aesthetic. I have this vision that I see, and messing with shapes, and I have the ability just to visualize and to see. It's something when you see something that's right, it just it's right for some reason. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then it's just like the obsession part about it is just I'll take a picture of it and maybe I'll just make a rough drawing, or I'll draw it in my my programs, and I'll stare at it, and I'll come back to it. And I'll say, I need to take off a little here, I need to take off a little there, and what's going to be, how is it going to function right, how is it going to sit right, But I think the first thing, if it's not visually pleasant to the eye, I don't think you'll pick it up, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then when you do pick it up and you gravitate towards it, oh, this looks different, and then you play it, and it's just like, oh, this is something completely different. And it's, that's the goal, I guess, So, but it's something that I wanted to create that maybe it's like a nostalgic thing that people, connect with, but at the same time, it's something new. So that's the goal.
So let's talk actual practical things.
Okay.
Scale length?
It's 27.
Okay. And you're using, looks like Mastery hardware down there. Mm-hmm. I love this angle.
Thanks.
On the end of the fretboard.
Yeah.
It's actually the whole neck, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I love that. I like the whole, with this guitar, especially the black one. And I should say this is number 1.
Yes, sir.
It says Carlos Lopez number 1 right there, which is really cool. It reminds me, and even the peg head shape gives you just that 60s kind of department store guitar feel, but good. Yeah. Obviously, it's good. Deep V neck shape, which I didn't expect. That's an interesting choice. But once you start playing it, especially with the bigger strings, it makes a lot of sense. Where you put your hand makes a lot of sense.
Because it just sits different in your hand, just like the V. It goes right into the center of your palm, and if you notice with chunkier necks, and I typically carve my necks a little bit chunkier. I just feel that it resonates a little different, it resonates better, and all of the joints have to be, there can't be loose ends. You know what I mean? To make a guitar that resonates real well, and especially the truss rod needs to be placed well, and everything has to be pressure points, I guess, is the way that I think about it. And so if everything fits well and it's tight, it resonates well, and that was the goal for it. And the whole idea of it looking like a Sears catalog type of guitar was exactly what I was going for, because I love those guitars, like 60 era guitars. It's just like the harmonies and guitars like that, or the K guitars, those things. I really like the way they look. A lot of them, like from the Japanese, 60s old guitars like that they just aesthetically look great to me, but they never play well.
Right.
And it's something that was, I want to kind of bridge that gap, or, to make it look like that, but to be functional and a great, plain, well-made instrument. So that's kind of the goal.
I get it. I totally love it. Body wood and neck wood?
Alder, maple, rosewood fingerboard.
Okay.
Is just where I've tried ash, I tried different things with the baritone, and so everything that all the materials that I use, I wanted what sounded the best to me, and that combination to me is just, it works well for what I'm doing.
And even being a baritone and a larger body, it's not super heavy. It's got to be under 9 pounds, 8, right? Somewhere.
Yeah, so all of my blanks, I weigh them, and so I have, I'm very conscious about the weight of it because I know it could get kind of heavy. It's a little bit longer, it's bigger, it's, it could be, I think if I made like a short scale bass on it, it'd probably just feel right at home, but, I made it purposely, chunky and kind of, I guess in my opinion, it just looks aggressive and kind of manly, and that's why I named it. What I named it is after my grandfather, because he was, kind of a man's man, kind of, husky, just a big dude, you know what I mean? And so that's why I guess it fit for me.
And what is the name of the model?
It's the Conchers, was his,
that's right.
His nickname. So this is my Conchers model.
Awesome. All right. Last but not least, this is my favorite subject, and especially with your stuff, it's really my favorite subject. Pickups.
Yeah, pickups is special, man. It's my wife's winding all of our pickups, and we went through a few variations of the mini humbuckers, and I just felt they were underutilized, and I think it fits well for what I'm doing, and I do a lot of low wind pickup winds on these, or Stephanie does, just to capture the low end frequencies, and it works really well with baritone. So that all of them are
super low output.
So I have a certain spec that I try to hit where I know that it's the sweet spot. You know what I mean? And I worked on a Jazzmaster when I was at Fender with Ariel Posen, and that was something that he wanted. He says he wants a low wind Jazzmaster pickup, and that's what we did. And they were kind of like at around like a 6 or 7, something like that. And so that was just like, yeah, I understand what you're doing now. And so that's one of the big things for me, is just always listening to artists, because they have the ear, they have they're playing, they're touring with these things, so they know. So their opinion matters to me, and so it shapes a lot of the things that I'm doing. It's just by listening, because they have the hours put in, so they know. So that's a big part of being successful, I think, is just listening, and listening to the people that are playing these instruments. Man, they have so much to tell you if you just stop and listen, and that's kind of what I did. And so all the things is just I can't say this is coming from my brain, or what I mean. It's just all of these experiences, and working with different artists and different people. You're just gleaning from everybody, and if you limit yourself when you say that you got it, or that you're finished, and so it's a never-ending search for, I guess, you'll never be there. You know what I mean? You'll never be finished.
Nope.
So it's a continual growth thing. So that's basically where I'm at now with these, is just all the years and all of the knowledge that I've learned, because it's brought me to this point, and I'm doing it, and it was a great leap of faith, and so I'm really proud of these, and I'm really happy that people want them, are interested.
Yeah, the other thing too I think about is really cool is the whole family involvement. So the naming convention of the guitars, the pickups, everything. Your wife, your kids, and everybody's involved. Like it's a real thing. I think that's really cool, especially when you kind of took a leap from a thing that was
a
really cool job to make your job really cooler, and to hang out with your family more and stuff. It's really awesome.
Yeah, it's man, I just gotta say, I'm really blessed to be in the situation that I'm in right now, and to have my family involved. And it was just the whole pandemic thing just put everybody kind of in a weird spot to kind of think about their own mortality, and that's what it did for me. And I just figured, man, my life's too short, and I want to just do what I want to do, and I want to spend it with my family. And those are, at the end of the day, the people that matter to you are, is your family. And so why not try to build something with your family? So, and I guess legacy and leaving something for my children and helping me and my wife to become, closer was a big important thing for me. And just on a personal level, just, me and my wife, we got married really young. And so, we had a hard time trying to connect with each other. But over the years, man, we just were finding a way to kind of bond with each other. And this, past couple of years, and as we're working together and we're becoming closer, and it's just a beautiful thing, man, because, some people, they see their co-workers more than they see their family, you know what I mean? And so I'm just fortunate to be in a position where I'm at now, where I could, be at home, work with my wife, with my kids, and do what I love. So it's just a blessing, and I hope it continues. And,
yeah, man.
And it's a scary thing, nothing's for sure, nothing's forever, everything has an end. But I'm just doing what I want to do, and so that's all I could really ask for, man. It's so cool
I'm
thing.
glad to be able to spend the time with you today, because when Baxter told me you were coming, I was like, I am coming up. I have got to see these things, and I got to play them, and most importantly, got to meet you. We hung out last night and stuff, and no, I'm really stoked for your future. You can go to casinoguitars.com, and you can get these guitars here. So they are one of their dealers, and so that's who we're gonna plug. No Sweetwater links on this video. So yeah, well, there are, but not for this. Yeah, so come to Casino Guitars and check them out. If you can't come in person, you can call online or go online, and you can get the stuff there, and he will have models coming. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. This has been Dylan Talks Tone. This is Carlos Lopez, and from it's called Castedosa. Castedosa Guitars. I was trying to get that right.
Yeah. It's a weird name, but we'll get it eventually.
It works. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.